Hi guys, my name is Lucia and today I have my 2019 makeup use-up goals. I just posted the finale for my 2018 makeup use-up goals and I really like doing this. Now this is not a project pan. I know a lot of people did use-up 18 in 2018. I did a year-long project pan in 2017 and I didn't like it because I just changed so much throughout the course of a year in terms of what I'm using in my makeup and where I am in terms of panning and the size of my collection, and I just found that after 6 months, the 2017 project kind of fell apart. So what I did for 2018 and what I'm doing right now is I listed stuff that I wanted to use up and some goals that I had, and then things on this list I will incorporate into my actual project pans. 2019 is going to be a really exciting and different year for me, and I kind of hinted at this in that video, but I can say it now. I am going to be out of the country for 6 months. Nothing is set in stone yet, but this is my plan. I'm not expecting it to change. I am studying abroad in the fall, and I am leaving 2 months early in the summer and backpacking through Europe. I am so excited. I have been saving for this trip since I was 10 years old. I always knew that I would do this when I was in college. I am probably studying abroad in Paris. My makeup goals are very different because I know that after 6 months of the year, I will be away from my collection with only a small amount of it that I am taking abroad. And I also know that I don't want to buy a bunch of makeup because I'm going to be gone for 6 months and probably won't be using most of my collection because it'll be at home. So that is kind of my premise for this video. First, I want to go over what I do want to use up and hit pan on, and then we will go over my goals, but all of my goals are kind of centered around this trip that I know is happening. The first thing I would like to use up is the Fenty Pro Filter Foundation. This is in the shade 150. This is actually a bit too dark for me right now, which is super annoying. They don't have a perfect shade for me when I am really pale in winter because this oxidizes. This is a year old. I don't have a lot left. I think I'm around right here, but I only use one pump every time I use it. It's the only foundation I own. I use it every day. I would really like to see this move its way out of my collection. I'm interested in trying the Physicians Formula Healthy, is it the Healthy Foundation? The Healthy Boost Foundation? Can't really remember, but that new one that everyone really likes. The next thing is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This is literally like right here. It's gonna be really exciting. I have never used up a full-size foundation or a primer. So it'll be really exciting when these are done to know that I got my money's worth out of an entire bottle of foundation and primer. Sticking along the category of base products, these are my 3 concealer type products in my collection, and I really would like them all gone in 2019. This is the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy. This is like a color corrector for under the eyes. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. This is what I use for under my eyes as a concealer. And this is the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealer in the shade 2. And this is what I use to spot conceal. This is a little yellow for me, but I still like it. Basically, I just really like to turn over my base products. These are cream products. You don't want to see those lasting for years and years in your collection because that's really gross. I've had all of these for a couple months and I know that I will use them up, but I just like to have them on this list to remind myself that when I do use them up, like, hey, that was a goal of mine and then I accomplished it. I would like to use up the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is the only eyeshadow primer that I have. I will be using this every day that I wear eyeshadow, but I like to turn these over. This says it lasts 12 months. I think it's just good to be replacing things like this that are on your eyes every year or two, so I want to use that up. And then I want to use up the Ofra Turquoise Eyeliner. This is just like what it says, a turquoise eyeliner, and I really don't wear colors like this a lot. There is a swatch. This was sent to me. I wouldn't buy it on my own. It's a little too dry, but I do enjoy it, and I definitely need that push to actually use this because when I do use it, I really like it, but I hardly ever use it. I have 2 lip products that I want to use up, and they're both almost gone. The first thing is MAC Whirl. This is almost gone, and I've never put this in a project pan. This is just how much I love it. I love the shade. It is a nudie brown. Whenever I wear a cool toned look, I go for this. Unless it is a more pink look, then I wear this. This is Scorpio Moon from Colourpop. I would like to see this gone. I used up my 2 other MAC lipsticks in 2018, and I know I will get this done. It doesn't have a lot left. I might not even need to put this in a project. It might go on its own. We shall see. The other product is the Revlon Balm Stain in the shade shade 001 Honey. I used the crap out of this summer, which is when I'm expecting to use this up. I really only use this in the summer. It's a very summery product for me because it is more of a stain. This is a swatch of it, and I really like to use it in the summer when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, maybe if I'm going to the beach or just if I want to slap something on. It also looks really nice on me when I have a tan. I would also like to use up the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow. This is in the shade Diamond Dust. I am about halfway through. I actually did take the stopper out of this, and this is kind of very dry. What's left in the tube is very dried out. I got this the day after Christmas last year, so it's only 1 year old. There is a swatch of it, so it definitely is still usable, but it is very dry. I might have to toss this before I get to everything if it dries out, but I would definitely repurchase this. I really enjoy this. It's just kind of on its last leg, and yeah, I want to use it up. For products I would like to hit pan on, this is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, and I would like to hit pan on this year. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, probably not, but there's the slightest hint of the rings starting to show. This is the only bronzer that I use on a daily basis. I also have the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which is for when I am tan, but I use this every day. I really enjoy it, and it would be really cool to see pan on it. I also want to hit pan on Benefit Rockateur. This is what it looks like. A lot of people keep telling me that I do have pan on it because the waffle pattern is there, but I don't. The waffle pattern is showing through, but this is all still product that you see, and I'm really surprised it's taking me so long to hit pan on it, but in 2019, I definitely want to see some pan on this. I would also like to expand the pan on Tarte Exposed Blush. This is what it looks like, and this is how much pan I have so far. I never put this in a project pan. I just hit pan on its own. Those are all my goals, and I did mark the Ofra eyeliner, the MAC lipstick, and the Revlon lipstick. Last year, I didn't mark lipsticks that I was putting in my goals because it wasn't a project, so I was like, oh, I don't want to mark it because it's not a project, but then I regretted not marking it because then when I started to use it up, I didn't know where it was at the beginning of the year. So this is just kind of for me to check on through the year. My other goals, I want to be on an extreme low buy. Right now I am on a no buy. I will link that intro down below. I have no idea how long that is lasting for. I'm not planning for it to last months and months and months. I don't need it to last the entire year or the 6 months before I go away, but my mentality is this. I will have 6 months in 2019 to use all of my collection, hopefully use stuff up, pare it down, and then when I go away for 6 months, I can only take one of everything. One foundation, one primer, one concealer, one bronzer blush. I'll probably have to buy a mini highlighter because my highlighters are pretty big. For eyeshadow, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I really don't own any travel-friendly palettes. I own one Colourpop palette that is small, but it's really fall appropriate, and I don't think I'd want to use it for 6 months. I might buy a small palette right before I go away to use for the time that I am away. I don't really know, but I do know that I don't want to be bringing a ton of stuff into my collection. I don't want to buy a bunch of eyeshadow palettes and blushes and then not be able to use them for 6 months. Not that I buy a lot of makeup anyway. I'm not going to kill myself over that goal. If I find something that I really want to review for my channel and I think would add to my collection, I will pick something up, but I'd like to focus really hard on the things that I have, and then when I go away, buy some travel-friendly makeup, which is actually one of my goals, is to find travel-friendly makeup for my trip. Now, this doesn't mean I'm gonna go buy 1,000 minis, but some minis, mini highlighter, maybe, you know, a couple other mini things just so that I can travel lightly, because who wants to have a ton of stuff when they're traveling? Like I said on here, I have try not to buy eyeshadow. My next goal is to keep track of the money that I spend on makeup. I did this for 2018, so if you want to see how much money I spent on makeup in 2018, again, that video is linked down below, but that was a really fun way to just kind of budget myself, and I didn't really think anything of it as I was writing it down. It's more fun towards the end of the year and to realize how well I did in the year and that I really didn't spend a lot of money. Now, I know that a lot of people were confused as to why I would want to keep track of my money that I spend on makeup. This is actually something that a ton of project panners do. You don't have to do it, but I really enjoy it. It's not something that I obsess over or anything like that. It's just smart budgeting, in my opinion. I like to keep track of how much money I spend on this so that my collection isn't growing crazy amount and I have no idea where my money is going. I put this as a maybe. I said that I might want to do a declutter before my trip because since I'm going to be leaving for 6 months, there might be certain things in my collection that are going to go bad in that time or that I think someone else could use in that time. And if I am feeling that at that time, then I will do a declutter, but I'm not promising that I'm going to do a massive declutter right before my trip because I'm not moving to Paris. Like, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be gone for 6 months and then I'm gonna be back and I'm gonna use all my makeup again. It's just, if I have some things I'm not feeling, I can get rid of them and know that while I'm away, they're not just sitting in my drawers at home. And my last goal is to use my Milani blushes more. I have 2 Milani blushes. I own these blushes and those are the only ones I own. And I have really been focusing on these because when I hit pan on this, I was trying to expand the pan a little and I've been using this for a couple months to try to hit pan on it, and I feel like my Milani blushes haven't had that much love, and they're really spring or summer colors, so I would like to use them in the spring and summer and really form solid opinions on them because I've owned them for a couple months, but I really haven't used them enough to know how I feel on them. Alright guys, and that was everything for this video. I am so excited for 2019. I've never been more excited for a year to start, and it's definitely because of how much I'm planning for the year. It's gonna be a really good one, and I'm really excited to just focus on the makeup that I have, which I always do. I'm always doing that, but I think as the trip comes closer and closer, it'll be really nice to just appreciate everything that I have, so then when I leave, it's like, all right, I got to use you for 6 months, and now I'm gonna go discover myself for 6 months. All right, so that is everything. Let me know what your goals are for this year. I know a lot of people are doing no-buy years. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.